Hello all! I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the next and final short story. It's 6 pages long. It's in this Pond of Chaos collection that I'll pick up for you, and I'll link it to you in the comments below in case you're interested in checking it out. It's called Editor. It's by Dafydd Hugh. He is somebody who's actually heavily written in a lot of sci-fi novel world like Doom and Star Trek and stuff like that, and has a lot of novels up there as of 1996 when this is published. This is the first thing I've read by him and such. As a reminder, the Eternal Champion series that this is set in, and this will matter for this one, is somebody who is basically, there are different characters in different planes of existence that are having a conflict between law versus chaos. And they're often called on by balance to do the evil stuff. Oftentimes, chaos is the big bads and such, although there are a couple of planes and places in short stories here where law is the one that's the bad people, and chaos are the guys that are sided with. But typically, you're fighting for the side of balance. As an Eternal Champion, aspects of different planes of existence. He has a weapon, a companion, a romance interest, such like that. So that's basically what's happening in the concept. This is where the multiversal conflict comes from. It's even the word multiverse comes from. It was heavily influential. There are a lot of sci-fi and fantasy ones and so forth. I'd say this one's probably more sci-fi. There's not really any fantasy things. It's basically set in the mid-90s when it's published in 1996 and was written for this collection specifically by other people other than the person who creates the massive amounts of the world called Michael Moorcock and so forth. And this world and so forth and him are heavily influential in modern fantasy and science fiction. And he's even mentioned in Appendix N by Gary Gygax as one of the key influences on Dungeons & Dragons, which helps to make him continuing to be influential today, right? And so forth. And his big character in the series was Elric of Melnimity and Stormbringer, the sword that drains souls. And Elric is actually sort of like a proto-Drizzt in that he is although he's a little bit more of an anti-hero, one of the first major anti-heroes in fantasy. He's born with pangs of conscience from a elven-like bad people of races and such. And he's and so he fights the good fight for against the evils of his people, just like Drizzt and although Drizzt more of just a proper hero rather than an anti-hero. So he is, but they have definitely one generation later in the 80s and 90s, so you can definitely see that, right, and such. But anyway, so that's cool. But this short story by Dafydd Hugh has a new character, not one that's been done before. The self-styled editor, he's in the future, roughly contemporaneously with these things, although there are some changes in this one from our world and such. And this he's being called on by the players of balance to restore the orders and laws and such. The plane is moving more and more toward chaos, and this is basically a version of Earth roughly in the 90s and such. And he has some various things that are happening in his life. He calls himself a sociopath on the first page. He's definitely a nasty person who kills and doesn't worry about it and so forth. I'll see that on the first page of 6 for you folks. I'll leave you to it as to what winds up happening and such, because no spoilers in my reviews and so forth. I actually didn't like this that much. I liked the ideas and the ending and so forth, what's happening. I just didn't like what was happening. I do like, as somebody adds a new character to the Eternal Champions, and this guy actually does feel like an Eternal Champion and so forth, but it's just a little dark, it's too short, and so forth. So I'm probably more of like a 5 out of 10 for it. It feels fine. I'm glad I read it, but it's not like something I'm going to go to the mattress and say, oh my gosh, it was such an amazing thing, right? And so forth. So there you go. That's Dafydd Hugh's editor, 6 pages long. It's the final page in this collection, which again I'll link it to you in the comments below. So there you are. Have you read this? If so, what did you think about it? Did you like it or dislike it? Did you disagree with my 5 out of 10? So let me know in the comments below, and then what your thoughts are. If you agree or disagree with my 5 out of 10, and then if you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more of these to follow. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified of my 3 videos a week, and also the like button, let your friends know about it too. And then finally, I just want to pause and take a moment just to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing in watching my video, because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. The fact that you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling. and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.